In this video, I'll show you how to use AI to create personalized cold outreach messages at scale. If you sell a product or service and cold outreach is part of your lead gen strategy, this video is for you. So what I'll be showing you today is how to use AI to transform those generic cold outreach messages into something that's more relevant and meaningful that resonates with the people that you want to do business with. The best thing about this is that it is delivered at scale and it will improve your engagement because the message is about them, as it should be. It shouldn't be about just your product or service. It should be relevant and meaningful to the recipients of your message too. Implementation will take about 2 hours from start to finish. The tech stack that we're using today is Google Sheets, Phantombuster, Make, OpenAI, and you'll need about $10 worth of credit to use the API services. Although Phantombuster is free, it is free only for one scraping bot and 30 minutes of activity time, which is all you really need for this automation. So when I think of any sort of outreach, I think it simply comes down to two things: volume and effort. How many people do you want to reach? How much time do you want to spend doing it? In saying that, you can have two approaches. One could be automated, where you really focus on volume and less on effort. This is where you deliver generic messages at scale that's usually more about your product or service and less about a problem that an individual prospect may have. Or you can focus on a manual approach, and this is more on personalization and less at scale. This is where you might research an individual prospect, understand their company, their pain points, and demonstrate how your product or service might actually solve those pain points. Look, there's pros and cons with each. I'm not saying one is better than the other. I feel like they both have their place. But what I am offering you is simply a third solution. Why don't you keep that personalization, but then deliver it at a scale that is similar to automation? And here is an overview of the automation workflow. So the workflow starts with a webhook that is connected to this button here. And this button is then connected to this function here. The reason I've designed this is mainly because of user experience reasons. Whenever I want to use this workflow, I just want to trigger it straight away and have a seamless execution. And I thought by having a button that would enable that to happen. So once the automation is then triggered, a Phantom is launched in Phantombuster. The Phantom that we're using is the LinkedIn profile scraper. And as the name suggests, it scrapes publicly available information from LinkedIn. From there, the automation then goes to sleep for 30 seconds. And the reason for that is because the Phantom is actually being executed external to Make. So Make doesn't actually know when the output is ready. So I've added in this step as a precaution because the rest of the workflow is actually dependent on that output. So from there, once we do have the output, we then download the result and then pass the results through these JSON converters here. The reason why we do that is because we need to convert the JSON output into a format that is usable for OpenAI. We then pass each individual result through an OpenAI agent that's trained on cold outreach. So here is the prompt that I've made for this AI agent, and similar to the other tutorial, it starts with a persona. So this one is a conversational cold outreach expert with a proven ability in converting leads into meaningful next steps. I then provide instructions. I list the inputs that the AI model can expect to reference, a summary of my services, and also writing guidelines too. So that way the AI has a bit of an indication on the kind of output that I would expect it to produce. I've also included some additional instructions just to say, hey, all I want is the outreach message. I don't want unnecessary headers or explanations or formatting, just the outreach message. So I really just reinforce that. From there, each individual response is then saved to a row in Google Sheets. So going back to this spreadsheet, it's just saved to this page here. Cool, all right, now let's test this automation. So I'll just run this. And you can see we're going to test it with 5 different profiles. We've got my own profile, we've got Richard Branson, Ryan Reynolds, Kevin Durant, and also Snoop Dogg. While the automation is running, the output should arrive here. What we're particularly interested in for this use case is column J to see the outreach message. And it should only take about 20 seconds, I reckon. So might just hang here for a bit. Look at that, it's starting to come through. All right, well, look at me. Hey Reese, I admire your dedication to helping businesses harness technology for higher value work. Your blend of strategic insight and hands-on experience positions you uniquely at Innovate. Our AI automation agency could extend that impact, allowing your teams to focus on pivotal tasks, further aligning with your vision. I'd like to explore how we could collaborate on this front. How about a 15-minute discovery call? Thanks. I really like that. Like, if I wouldn't change anything about that. I think that is written very well in my tone as well. And if I received that message, I'd also be happy. Let's look at another one. We'll look at, Kevin. Hey Kevin, your journey from MBA stardom to creating impactful ventures like 35 Ventures is truly inspiring. I'm particularly impressed by your work through the Durant Family Foundation and your ability to align to bridge sports, tech, and philanthropy. At Innovate, we're passionate about applying automation to unlock potential, just like you do in your many endeavors. A quick 15-minute discovery call could explore synergy, potentially enhancing boardrooms' growth through intelligent automation. Thanks. I really like these. I think what is good is that they're so personal and they're so meaningful to the recipient. And all you need to do from here is just copy and paste this message into a connection request and you're done. Completely personalized experience.